Welcome to episode 3 of the Purposeful Talk Podcast, and today we have the honor of having the one and only alias Country Grammar. Give her a clap of hands. Yeah, so if it's your first time tuning in at the Purposeful Talk Podcast, this is one of the podcasts where we just basically talk about your purpose and what you've been doing your whole life, what you've been doing for 12 years. Yeah, so we just gonna go into it, man. But basically, you tuning into this, I hope you enjoy this. I hope you get something from it, because it's gonna be a lot of gems talked about today. We're gonna go first into letting Country Grammar introduce herself, because I don't know if she want me to say her government name. I'm not sure, but she is kind of low-key famous and stuff, so I don't want to do all that. But I'm gonna let her say her piece, y'all.
Hello, you guys. Here we go. But what's up? I done rebranded myself probably about 50 million times. As of now, I go by Shanice Shantae. That's my new rebrand. I done came back with that. I'm staying with it. Okay. Also, well, first and foremost, I have a YouTube channel, so that's where that 12 years came in at. And my behind the scenes, my transparent YouTube channel is Swang TV. I came up with that on my own. What Swang stands for is striving without anyone noticing greatness. It came to me in a dream. If anybody steal it, we can fight. I mean, okay.
I don't cut nothing out. You just gotta let me know, hey, you can't say that.
I was just making sure that I ain't think your podcast.
We mean conversing, heated debate.
I ain't think your podcast
now what you
cookie
think.
Cutter.
It ain't no cookie cutter. We be us sometimes, depending on how deep the situation go. We can go there.
Well, I'm gonna be myself.
Be yourself.
But no, that's what it stands for. Came to me in a dream. It's been since 2013. Dang, it rhyme. But as of now, my main channel and everything, it started off with me and my, who do I want to call him?
Oh my gosh.
My son fathers. We had, why I say put an S on it. We had a YouTube channel together. We were not together no more, so I just took over because, yeah, it was my hard work I put in that channel. So now I'm Shanice Shantae, and I don't think I got anything else to say. That's it. That's what I came on here to say.
Alright, cool. That's not all she gonna say. That's not all she gonna say, y'all. We gonna get into it. I'm
just a country content creator. How about that?
She is a walking, living legend, guys. Don't let her lowball herself like this. But the reason why you're here today, because I definitely want to interview you and ask you a couple questions. So the first question I got for you is, when did you know that content was your thing to do? Because you have been doing it since 2011, but you have a personality that's vibrant since you were young. I've known you since you were middle school, so it's you always had the energy. So when did you know hey, I have to be behind the camera at this point?
I would say it was back when I called him the OG of YouTube, like Emmanuel Hudson, Spoken Reasons, Hot Damn Rock, Jenna Marbles, Pretty, Long Live Him. Who else? Cherry Levine. All of the old head YouTubers that was out here doing the vlogs and doing this and doing that before it ever became a thing. TikTok happened in 2020. Everybody just became content creators. Yeah. But anyway, so after that, I seen them, got inspired by them, and I just decided to go after it. Let me put myself on here. I always wanted to be on TV, but I can't be on TV yet, so that's when I got behind the camera.
Okay, that makes sense. I feel it. You were doing it so early and young. I think that's the part that I'm amazed by. That's one of the things. We were in high school and nobody really was doing that. We were taking classes that would teach us videography and stuff like that, but nobody really took it serious. But then people would do them videos here and there and stuff, and then you have
make little funny videos.
Or the people do the slow dance phase. People doing the whole Chris Brown. Let's not talk about that.
Dudes
but
with the shirt behind
there was a time where dudes would do slow dance, guys, and they would be on top of these girls and Jay Smooth. Who knew? But that dude and that crew was taking over, and then we had Skate Odyssey and East End, and they started mimicking this. So it was definitely a thing for real. But this was one of the, like you said, that was the OG country tech creators. When we were when we were kids, like we literally had like the top 5 faves and stuff like that. Like everything was public. We had like a top 10, top 20 in MySpace. Y'all don't know about that. Y'all don't understand how deep it was. You be moved out the friend list, and then next thing you know, it's over. You know, it's over. So, but it goes into like the generational effect of how content creation has evolved, which is great. It's a great thing. But what would you like say would be like one of the biggest things that's like, what would you give advice to somebody about like content creation, like personal, as far as your experience?
From my experience, I'll say nothing happens overnight. I be wanting things to happen overnight, but as of now, I still ain't got it through my head. But overall, I would say don't jump out there. If you know you want to do it, don't go buy the latest like camera, the laptop, the everything. Like if you can, you know, if it's something that you want to get and you want to get it, then do it. But I feel like it's not necessary because, you know, these iPhones, they're expensive.
And inflation is high everywhere. Eggs expensive.
So it's just like literally I started off on my phone. Like I've been doing, well no, let me take that back. I started off on my little Toshiba laptop, which the quality was horrible.
Oh, you talking about the laptop?
Yeah,
oh,
the webcam camera.
Webcam.
I started off on that, and then that was my fave. But
Ubu was lit. Y'all don't know Ubu, man. We ahead of y'all time. Y'all youngers watching this.
I moved into my iPhone, and from there, like, I still record on my iPhone now, even though I got a camera. So, yeah, and I just recently, like, invested into, like, a MacBook and got a laptop to edit on, because I was editing on my phone and my iPad. So, it's like, go at your own pace. I would say that. Like, stop looking at others, even though I know it's easier said than done. Yeah. But stop looking at others. Like, just go at your own pace. If you need to take a break, I done took back plenty of breaks. That's
message. Message.
That's the reason
that's spoke to me. I ain't gonna lie. Episode 3 is kind of late. I ain't gonna lie. It's like maybe 2 weeks. But hey, man, you gotta take your breaks, man. It's gonna catch you eventually. But
as much as needed.
You gotta do what you gotta do with it. I mean, it's just facts.
Yeah. So it's like everything will come to you. Like I seen how far I could go back in 2020, and I got inconsistent again. Started focusing on somebody else's, you know, company. And now I'm back, so it's game time now.
I feel you on that. So I brought you here too because these are one of the rare times you can have a conversation with the opposite sex about these relationships, man. Like this is a big deal. It is, man, because I think now this is the problem. This is the issue with this thing. People don't let people say their opinions and come back and support it, as well as have an opposite opinion and be in a healthy conversation. I actually want to have a healthy conversation about this because there are many questions that I have, and I'm gonna ask a couple of them for sure. And obviously you can bounce them back.
Listen to understand.
They listen to respond, right?
Yeah.
Thank you. See, look, already. I didn't even ask the question yet. Like, but this is like, well, I'm single, you're single, and I think the conversation definitely need to come from people that are actually living in the single space. Like, I don't think a lot of people in relationships can relate to the dating world now, and I think a lot of people that has been doing content and stuff, they're not single. Like the Dear Jacksons of the world. This dude is whole married out here. I'm real, like he's married. So what can he really contribute as far as the single woman, you know, or the single man? You could speak on how men and marriages can do, but you can't speak on single no more. You're not single unless you really dipping and dabbing, which he was doing. Yeah. So he was something different. Maybe he was telling you. I don't know. But my biggest question is like, can you like elaborate on like the benefits of being single from your perspective?
This time of being single, I can say it has been really trying. I guess like back then I was single, but you know I still had company, like men around and everything. But now it's just like I don't have that no more. Like I've been focused on myself, figuring out what I like and what I don't like, and I'll get back out there and probably give somebody a chance. But as soon as they, you know, don't meet what I want or what I feel like I deserve, then I'm distancing myself. I'm letting them know like it's not gonna work out. And I don't know. I can say now it has been very teaching. I take back trying. It only been trying because you know you be laying down at night, you get a little lonely. That's the only trying part.
You just quote a song. I get lonely.
I mean, everybody, but you gotta understand, it's better. It's better to be lonely because you're gonna snap out of it once it's the morning time and you're just like, okay, I was just feeling some type of way last night. But it is true. You take that time, like, time is everything. I'm starting to see it now, but
is that because of our ages?
I think so.
We gotta be honest, open, transparent, y'all. It's because we 30, alright? It's different. It's different.
I'm 23.
Whatever. Man, I'm embracing my age.
Okay.
She graduated valedictorian, you know what I'm saying? She graduated at 13 years old, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but I can relate to you in that. No, but for real, I can relate to you in that aspect because I do understand how, like, the single part, I do believe it is a time for you to really, like, hone in on yourself. Like, your time, space, energy, all back to yourself. Like, that's a beautiful thing at the same time, but it gets to a point to where you do have a point where you're like, man, like, okay, I've sharpened all my tools I can sharpen. I ain't no more sharpening this pencil no more. Let's go to the next thing. But I would say, from my perspective, from a man's perspective, I think that a single man right now that's trying to get stuff together, he should embrace his single season. Because if he doesn't do that and he gets in a relationship with somebody, he's just going to make their relationship worse. Off top. And
this with a woman as well too. I mean, I ain't gonna say I made some things worse, but I sabotage. So what was I trying to say?
Sabotage. Who did I? Where did that come from?
I be saying anything come out of my mouth. But I was trying to say I self-sabotage a lot. So it's like once I feel like somebody taking me serious, I'm just like, oh no. Let me pull back a little bit.
Oh Lord Jesus, why?
And that's what let me know that I still have to, like, heal from certain things. But honestly, I don't think healing is.
So you really telling us on live TV that you're a runaway bride at this point?
Yeah. I sure am.
Julia Roberts in the building, guys. I'm done. But that's true. But like we were saying, like she said though, like, which is a valid point. Like, these relationships are traumatic, bro. They are traumatic.
That's why I self-sabotage.
And I think yeah, because you get to the point to where you especially depending on how many relationships you've been, because I had to analyze myself, be honest, transparent. I believe that I'm a serial dater. Like, I'm a serial. You can't laugh at me about it's my truth. I laugh at my truth now. But for real though, like, I looked at myself, hey man, how long have you been, when last time you been single 5 years? I was like, man, I ain't never been single 5 years. How long have you been single for 3 years? I ain't never been single for 3 years. Like, you look at yourself and be like, dang, okay, well maybe I am a serious relationship person. Like, I date, and then I'm all in a relationship because I'm not gonna be out here in these streets all day. Like, forget that. So this, like, what I've learned, but I also have learned recently about myself is that I think because I'm getting older, I start to let my guard down on my standards because I'm older. And it does not have to be the case. You can still keep your standards the way they are, no matter what. Because I was looking at my whole life, and I was like, man, like, how did it change from this point to that point? What happened? I was like, my age. That's the only thing changed. I swear,
when I, like, hit 30, it feels like everything got serious. And it's like how you said, like, lowering certain things. I'm like, well, maybe I should be a little bit nicer and do this and do that or whatever. I don't know what it is about 30.
Yeah, it's a light bulb. Like, if you don't have kids, you want kids, and you're not married, you want to be married.
Right.
It's like a big light bulb going on. Something after their 30th birthday, it clicks.
Yeah,
like,
but a lot of older, like, people, they've been like, you still a baby. And I like to hear that because it's like they reminding me that, you know, you're not that old. Like, you still young. You still have more to life and everything. Because people still get married in their 40s and their 50s. I ain't married that old, but
I mean, people do that.
I don't know. I feel like times have changed too. Because now I look around and it's like a lot of people our age is like either they probably have one kid or no kids. And then, you know, you got everybody like 15,000 kids. But majority of us, we don't have no kids or either like one, and then it's just like we still trying to get ourselves together and everything.
Yeah, exactly. We trying to recoup from that time, and I think it's a big thing is recouping from that time that we lost in the relationship and trying to empower ourselves and better ourselves, because most of the time in a relationship it's hard to like better yourself in a relationship because you're trying to better a relationship. You're trying to like, hey, I want this for the relationship, and you put yourself on the back burner. Same thing, we have kids, you put your kids first for yourself. So you get to points to where, okay, well, now I don't have a relationship anymore, now I can give an even time to both. And I think now where life is taking us, especially when 30 comes, it brings a different focus. But what do you, as far as women go, what do you think about this high value, low value thing? Like, what is your perspective on it?
I'm gonna get up out of here.
I'm for real. I need to know about it.
I'm being hunted right now.
I'm being for real. I'm trying to understand it, because from what I mean, I'm gonna call him that because he was a godfather. I mean, my godfather is. He was a godfather. Kevin Samuels just wanted men to be better men. I'm just gonna leave it at that. I'm not gonna go deeper than that. He wanted men to be better men.
How he wanted men to be? I feel like if he wanted men to be better men, why he didn't bring men on his? Maybe okay, because I ain't really watch him like that. But a majority, everybody posts all the bad and stuff. So majority I seen in them, but him like coming at women or whatever. But I never seen, I guess, like how you said, he wanted men to be better men. So why didn't they put? You know what? I ain't gonna question it because I know why. Everybody always put niggas.
Yeah, so yeah, but okay. So if you watch this right now, you don't watch Kevin Samuels. He does have a lot of content where he's definitely interrogating women, like going on top. How tall are you? 5'6". How much you weigh? 300 pounds. Like he did, like I'm for real. He would do that, no lie. But on the opposite spectrum, he did men like that. How tall are you? 5'8". How much you weigh? 300 pounds. He's like, then he really asked like, do you quit? How much you make a year? 30,000 a year. How many kids you got? 6 kids. Like he would say these things, and like they weren't getting traction. Like I said, we talk about content all the time. It don't get traction like that because it's a different perspective from what people know. But he did do that. But the only thing about his views and stuff, a lot of women valued his opinion more than the men did. Because one thing about men, some men don't like being told what to do and don't want to take accountability. So when you don't want to do that, you're not gonna listen to Kevin Samuels. Kevin Samuels literally said any single man right now with no kids need to be working 70 hours a week. Period. No, we're 2 jobs. He like, what are you doing? He literally asked that, like, what are you doing? Like, why aren't you working 70 hours a week? If you don't have any kids.
I'm saying 70, like I ain't working 80. Like, wait, no, you said a week. Not 2 weeks though.
Yeah, a week. Yeah, so that means basically you working 2 jobs. You working 40 on one, 20 or more on the other. So that's basically what he's doing. But back to my question. Do you believe in this high value, low value? Or do you believe that honestly it's based on the person who they date, and their value is based on the personal perception, not from outside entities? Because somebody can feel like a person making 30,000 a year still high value because they still can have intellectual capital.
Yeah. I never cared for that high value. I don't like putting titles on stuff. That's probably my problem. But that whole high value, low value, I don't care for that.
Okay.
At all. I would just say you find who you like. Let's say if I, make more than the guy that I'm interested in. As long as he doing what he need to do, work-wise, that's what he's passionate about and everything, and he doing what he need to do as a man, giving me like my love, loving me in my love language, we giving each other the same effort back, then I'm cool with that. Like, I feel like it's all about making what works for you. Okay. Like, I don't know. Too many people be trying to like.
I think honestly the high value, low value, the high value, low value thing really stems more so from standards.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Your standards are person.
My mind just went blank. I think you was about to say something, but it made me think. It's like to never forget. I think that's what you said. Like the standards, it's gonna come back.
Like the standard. Yeah, because the standards are what sets you in your realm. Like, okay. This in the person. Now, mind you, the longer the list, the harder the person to find, right? So you're going to have to take some of the X's
I know what I was about to say. It's being more realistic. That's what it was. Like, if because a lot of people be putting so much, like, certain standards and stuff. It's like, let's look at life right now. Like, how everything is high. Like, super high. Rent is going up. Food is going up. I done budget about 10 times, and I'm just like, why in the world? My grocery bill is a lot more than from what it was last week. Because everything's going up. But other than that, like I said, everything needs to be more realistic. If you want somebody that's, I guess, You know, when they get please don't get on that topic about paying the bills and stuff.
No, we're not talking about
50-50, but you know, to touch on it, like, I feel like if you want somebody like that, you need to go after somebody like that instead of having somebody who, I don't know, I see people who, I guess, I don't want to say doctors because I ain't never really talking about doctors, but the people we see all on TV and stuff, like the celebrities and stuff, you need to be going after them who can afford it instead of trying to go after Jimmy John that works a 9 to 5 or something. Nothing against the 9 to 5s, but I'm just using it as an example, like a regular standard like lifestyle versus trying to go after this lavish lifestyle. Like if you live a lavish lifestyle, you need to go after somebody lavish. Stop trying to go after somebody that's not lavish.
Yeah, basically, that's one of the biggest things I think people don't understand with dating is that you're attracting what you are. I mean, that's really, if you're a person that's in the gym and the focus and stuff like that and got everything down the line straight up, you're gonna attract it. Now you will attract people too that don't have their marker, right? Or don't do that because it's just how naturally life happens because women, like, now I don't want to talk about that too much, but the alpha male thing, I'm not gonna go into that, but women are more attracted to men that are successful, that do have their stuff together, they do wear the tie, they do wear the suits and stuff like that. They're just women nature. Now, if they in love with somebody that's different, I'm talking about like a single woman, they will most likely gravitate to the man that's more successful. This is just in general. This is a woman's nature, going back to Paleolithic times. But if you don't do those things and you do get somebody that's not doing those things because of your habits, and I do believe that men still are the leaders, of course, in driving. As far as they do lead, they just not. Okay, what I mean by I'm
not laughing at you. I'm laughing at you. No, I'm laughing at something in my head because I was literally telling somebody, I was like, you need to lead.
Yeah, I mean,
and I've been the villain talking about leading and stuff.
Yeah, so. men are the leaders. At the end of the day, men are leaders. We watch all these shows, right? Ghost was the leader, and he's the reason everything happened. No question about it. He is. And same thing with Franklin. We just saw having him. He's the leader. It happened because of him. It's the start and the end, man. And I think there's one of them things where accountability with men needs to happen, because if it doesn't, you see what happens, right? and it's just the downfall of it. It's sad though that it goes their way, but the more accountable you become as a man, the better your life will become. That's the basic way I can say it, because if you don't hold yourself accountable, you're not gonna discipline yourself. You're gonna get all these different women pregnant, and you're gonna be like Nick Cannon, and whatever you want to be. Not saying Nick Cannon's a bad person, but like when you are not focused enough to hone in on what you already have and actually nourish what you have, when you get more, you're not gonna be able to manage it. I mean, it's just not realistic. But we definitely gonna go into another topic, y'all. Y'all wait 1 second. We're gonna be right back. Alright, y'all, we back. Had to get some water, cuz. Shout out to Simple Truth. But like we're talking about relationships and singleness. So what would be? I really wanted you to give advice, and me too, because I think both sides need to give advice. But what would you give the woman right now that's single, that's just got a relationship, and she got broken up with? Like, what advice do you give her?
Don't be trying to get over the last person that you're trying to get over with by getting up under somebody. Don't listen to that. Because people used to be like, the best thing to do to get over somebody is to get up under somebody. That's the worst thing to do, because now you got attached to somebody because you're vulnerable. So, with that being said,
soul ties.
Yeah, that. Take your time. Be patient with yourself. And it's a mental thing. I have learned it. Like, I've been really hard on myself mentally. Well, not that hard, but I'm just saying, like, I guess like a more of a mindset thing. Like, I've been telling myself, better will come along. Don't really worry about this. Because as time, I don't know, like, have you noticed when time goes by, you feel much better?
Yes.
So.
Yeah, I have a 72 hour. We will talk about that later.
Yeah, so it's just like, be patient. Don't be trying to get up on nobody else. If you got friends, hang with them. Let them distract you. Even if you don't have friends. I get out a lot. I've been doing a lot of dating myself. So I've been taking myself on like solo dates. I get dressed, do makeup and everything, go out, have fun by myself. Yeah.
Dang, so, it's deep. It's deep.
It's like you gotta invest more into yourself and stop worrying about what you just like lost. Like, for one thing, you lost nothing. Here I go. You ain't lost nothing. So
it's 8 billion people in the world. We don't need it right there.
So with that being said, yeah, bringing more positivity so positivity can come to you versus putting yourself down, feeling bad and everything. Not saying not to, because you know, we as women, we be more in our feelings a little bit more. So let them little feelings, you know, simmer, get to where they need to be, and then get out and try again. That's my advice.
I got you. That makes sense. My advice to the man.
I'm scared.
No. Man, you gotta give me. I do give good advice.
No, it ain't even advice. It's just with men, they be different. So I ain't gonna say I'm scared. I want to hear it. Go ahead.
What I would tell the young man or man, you know, relationships happen, can break up at any point, is really work on yourself at this point. Like, work on yourself. This is a movie I watched called 500 Days of Summer. A lot of people haven't seen it, but it's a very good movie. It's a very good movie. It's basically about a basic relationship, and he broke up with her, right? And in the movie, he just decided to really work on himself. He became an architect and some more stuff, and then he ended up attracting somebody that was actually in the same field as him. And I say that to say, if you work on yourself, go to the gym, be healthy, you know, have a positive mind state, you are going to attract other people. Now, that don't mean that you need to sleep with them, no. Now, don't be acting a fool now. I mean, like you said, don't be in the streets. Like, don't be like forget Sarah Marshall and just being out here out here in the streets. Like, because at the end of the day, the more bodies add up, the more bodies add up.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you did with that person, they did something with that person.
Yeah, the bodies add up. Either way it go, the bodies add up. So you need to understand it. And if you don't understand it, read a book. So because it is true, man. Like, this stuff is real. So you got to be careful out here. And the people that you date with intention. Don't just be like, well, she bad, blah, blah, or whatever. Okay, cool. She can be bad but have a messed up attitude. She can be bad and bring your life hell. Like, she can be bad, so but she can bring all of this other stuff to your life, but you just glorify him because of her looks. We're not in high school anymore, guys. It's over. Look at me. It's over. We 30 now. It's done. It's over, right? So once you know that, and I'm saying that, hey, I'm gonna do the things that bring me peace and hone in on what I like to do. If you like to play basketball, lift, draw, content creation. It's a quote that used to say that if you want to get over a woman easily, turn her into literature. But I changed it. If you do want to get over a woman, change her into content. Like, talk about your experience. And you gotta say the name. You ain't gotta say, you ain't gotta be disrespectful about it, but you can just, you seen it. Steph is Cold and Alpha Male Strategy, they talk about their experiences with women they've dated, and it's nothing wrong with it because you're teaching somebody else what not to go through. Yeah. Because a lot of people don't know how to honestly really date and don't really know their value and worth on both sides. Because some women think they should pay for every meal when they go out. Some dudes think they should. Some dudes, I'm for real. It's some women that pay.
Hey, let me shut up because no, I'm not gonna get on here.
Oh yeah, so who pays for the first date?
The dude paid for the first date. What you mean?
But okay. 50 Cent has a valid point about this. If you ask me out on a date,
I'm paying. I know that.
Yeah. Okay. If you ask me on a date, you paying. But if I ask, I pay. Yeah. That's what I think. I think that's fair. But if I don't ask anything and you invite me to the movie or whatever, you asking me for my time.
Oh yeah. I mean, okay, yeah. See,
you know what I'm saying?
Okay. See, you didn't say all that.
I think the person who brings up the question is the one.
That's how I always been. Not even with dating with like friends. Like, I hit a friend up like, hey, you want to come to this, you know, spot that I just heard about? And they'll be like, oh yeah. And I'll be like, I'm paying. Like, if I invited you, like how you said, for your time, you probably could have been over here cleaning or whatever and all of that. And it's just, I want to go get tacos, so I'm paying. Like, that's just how I feel. Okay, I feel you.
See, that's a mutual understanding. But I think the debate is done now. Whoever asks pays. This just it. And most of the time, the man is the one asking. Mm-hmm. So that's why men, you all pay for the date, because you most likely going to ask to go out on this date with this woman. Now, if she's on another level thirsty, then you will get her to ask you. But I don't know how that may work out. But that's like for 2 for 10 chance for it happening. It's like 20%. I don't see it being that high. But definitely, first date thing, basically who asked, what is another thing to debunk? I think the debunk of what they say now. They say, I really don't want to go. I do want to go in this conversation. So, what's your perspective on this 50-50 thing?
Oh,
what's your perspective? Now, this is your perspective. So, this is your personal. It ain't nothing to do with the world saying. What do you think?
I ain't never cared about the words. I mean, the word, the world's.
The word, okay. Our last podcast, shout out Markel, bro. Shout out, bro. She broke up the word.
Okay, so 50-50.
Did what you go for?
No, I mean, I have done 50-50 because one thing, my little job, let me stop calling everything. My job and then my, son's father job was not going to be like the type of job he had and the type of job I had. Why am I saying me? Either way it goes. I'm just so used to, see, my mom taught me to be independent too much because it's like I don't even be thinking about nothing else.
Is that such thing?
I'm so serious.
Is that, do you consider yourself, well, finish the question now.
Okay, so it goes back to what we were saying earlier about being realistic.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure like the job he has could not, like, it would pay all the bills, but at the same time it's like the other stuff like
groceries.
Yeah, groceries or like the gas or anything. Like it'll pay the lights, the rent, the cable, all of the utilities, everything that needs to be paid, but other stuff. So yeah, like I feel like 50-50 is only reasonable if there's not, like, oh my goodness, my mind went blank on this topic, but 50-50 is only reasonable if, like, the income or whatever. But other than that, if the dude, he can pay for it, he confident and everything, he's fine with paying for it. Not you that got on here and was like, oh, you gonna pay all my bills and do all of this and do all of that. Women gonna be calling me a pick-me. But no, like, I just never.
Maybe.
I ain't never been afraid. Most of the stuff the pick-me's be saying be actually right. Like, why am I?
It's the actual, like, feminine perspective, though. This thing, I think a lot of.
I guess I never looked at that.
I think a lot of women are masculine now. I'm sorry.
I've always been masculine.
I just said that out loud. But yeah, I think a lot of women, especially in Memphis, they post. Oh, really? They had a post something about there's no women in the feminine in Memphis. I think that's the truth. It's not a lot of feminine women love.
I could be a little soft. It's just.
But women don't want to be
making me. No, it be these men out here who be making me feel like I don't need to be soft. Like, I feel a little soft when they make me feel like that. But when you don't make me feel like that, now I gotta show you who my daddy is. Like.
Yeah, okay. So, guys, we're gonna end this podcast right now because now Shanice is turned into Townsend. Let's talk about something.
I'm turning into country grammar right now. Like, that's what I'm turning into.
No, but like, I guess so. The masculinity piece, right? I want to ask these questions because I just want to know why. Like, I told somebody, literally said, "Hey, I hope you get to have your soft season," and the person was like, "I don't need no soft season." I'm like, what? Like, why would you say that? Like, I literally said enjoy your soft season, and now you in the gym trying to be a bodybuilder. Like, I don't know what I do to provoke these things, but people.
Pretty sure it's coming from some pent up energy.
Yeah, but the people out there in the past, like, they turn these bodybuilder stuff, and I'm like, I didn't even do nothing to you. You broke up with me. What is going on? I'm so confused. But it happens though, right? But can you explain to me, when do you feel comfortable being soft for a man, and when do you feel like the masculinity comes in? Because when you first meet a man, you're not going hard like that. You definitely soft in the beginning. Oh, how you doing? Whatever.
No,
like you're not. You hard from top.
Okay, maybe I'm hard from top because it's just like I done heard it all before. So it's I see you looking at it.
Let's talk it from your 21-year-old perspective. Let's go back to there because you were soft then.
Okay, back then I was a little softer because I didn't know better. So
you felt masculinity was needed.
You know, when you go through things, you put your guard up a lot. So that's the reason why it changed. So now, I mean, I can still be soft. Like if I meet someone and he comes off and he's just like, complimenting me, and I guess, okay, this is what I deal with. I'm gonna give this example. I meet somebody, they want to get my number, I give them my number, and then after that, we exchange, we have conversations and things, and then we go from there. Most times, a lot of people just, I don't know, like they never get to the first date. They just they automatically, come over. Block, you gotta get off my line. But the ones who do what they need to do or whatever, the first date thing, dating properly and everything. So then that's when I'm more softer. But when you're hitting me with that come over, that's when I'm starting to
the come through text.
Yeah, that's when that masculine come in, because now I feel like you playing with me, and I don't like to be played with. So I guess it's like depending on how you come.
That's necessary though. I think this is when masculinity is necessary, because men are wolves, man, for real. And this is why I think that when it comes to dating or being in a relationship, it's certain ways that men want their women to move. Like some men like their women. Yeah, like some women, some dudes want their woman, don't care if they go to the club all the time and all that stuff, don't care if they outside like that or what they wear and all that, don't care. But at the same time, I feel like a man that does let their women like do stuff like that, they don't care about her like that. Like if you spend more time in the club than me, I mean, at that point, at my perspective, you don't care about it like that. Now you can say all day, oh, what we gonna have a time, whatever, but y'all ain't on date in 3 weeks. Y'all ain't, you know what I'm saying? See,
that's the thing, and that's what make me, well, I ain't gonna say it make me different, but if I'm at the club, my man at the club with me. I don't care if I just met you like 2 weeks ago. Now, if he say like, because I don't really care about clubs no more, I'm not into that, but I like bars, lounges and stuff. Nice. I seen this place, it's like Manhattan. They seem like old heads going there. I like going where the old heads go. But
was it here?
Yeah, it's like Cordova.
Oh, okay.
Like,
cool. Oh, we'll go after this.
Yeah.
Don't y'all follow us, dog. I'm post this tomorrow. Y'all tripping, man. We ain't don't be trying to sponsor. We ain't finna be Miss Shine Time and try to look. Nope. We doing all that either. We ain't got time for y'all, man. That's what we said.
But other than that, if he say he not into it or anything, then I'm not gonna invite. But I'm not really a club person. But I feel like, I just know the guys I have been with, if I'm doing something and I'm outside, he outside with me. It ain't never like it's with my homegirls and stuff, but most of my homegirls, they be with they boobs and they man and everything. Yeah, so we all be outside together. We all should go together.
I mean, girls night is cool too, but sometimes if girls night every weekend, I don't know.
Most of my girl nights be, well, it ain't outside, it's in the house. Like,
chill,
watch movies, talk about what we gotta talk to, and then we be knocked out.
I really do think it's how it's supposed to be. And those are the like healthy parameters. You want your significant other to have a community, man, a sense of community. You don't want them to come back and be like, "You my only friend." Yeah, like, you don't want them to say all that. Like you want them to have a sense of community and enjoy their life that they had prior to you coming in, because you're supposed to be at an asset on men's side and women's side. You're supposed to be an asset. If you really think your only asset, if you are perceived to be your only asset is sex, you shouldn't be in a relationship. You just should be single at that point. Because if you can't bring support, you can't bring, all these other things that are needed in a relationship, you might well just be single, because clearly there's something there that isn't there to even be in a relationship with. Like, I think if your value of sex is like at the top of your list, and like you feel like, well, my sex is so good to where I don't even have to treat the dude right, I don't even have to treat her right, she gonna still come back, or she ain't gonna never leave. If that's what you basing everything on, you gonna have a tough time dating, because sex is only one piece of a relationship. You still got finances, you still got education level, you still got all of these things that matter, because when you are in a relationship, we supposed to do this, supposed to be one, man. And if we can't do that, then it is what it is. I don't know.
People come in like, I feel like a lot of, because everybody talk about that hookup culture or whatever. So it's
with
like,
the Tinder culture.
You said who?
The Tinder culture.
I stayed off this site, but still, no, it's just.
Who was supposed to put it on camera?
I don't care. We're here to be truthful. So I've been on Tinder in like probably some years, but
Tinder is dead.
Other than that, I don't really care for dating sites because they scare me.
Yeah, they are very suspect.
On my own channel to talk about my little story times, but besides that, I just feel like people, if they just only want, like how you say the sex is a priority, if they only want that, they already know off bat. A lot of people, if you tell them that they want that, people don't be caring about that, because at the end of the day, I don't think people understand that we're here to meet people, get close to people, and and find our one. We're not here to be around here just doing nothing with nobody.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why, a lot of people be having these soul ties and these toxic relationships and situationships, and it's only because like you're supposed to be out here finding somebody that's for you, not being out here just finding somebody. Don't get me started.
I'm a pygmy now.
No, because it's like I be trying to tell like certain men, like, look, if we take this step and we do this, you're gonna get close to me. Like, sex is a very intimate thing, and people don't be understanding how intimate it is at all.
They think it's so transactional. I take you out on a date, and I take you to Portrait Parlor, or take you to a 5-star restaurant. That mean on top, we gotta come back. You gotta sleep with me. That mentality is no. And then now
then you don't care.
And the crazy part about it is, if you do take this girl out to a 5-star dinner and you don't sleep with her, you consider the simp.
Oh yeah.
That's the next thing. Like,
society.
The simp culture is a whole thing. Cause like some simps actually are protecting themselves low key if they really doing what they need to do. Cause I do understand it. There are men out there that don't have reciprocation. So if I text you, right, and you don't text me back, that means I'm not getting reciprocation with you. So I shouldn't spend my time and money on you because you don't give me the energy. But I feel that them are the true simps, the ones that don't get their energy, don't get their responses, get left on red, all this. I ain't pointing on you like that. I talk about people that, there's a lot of women that do leave dudes on red, period, though. They do this a lot. I ain't gonna lie, a lot of the women do this. But when you are being left on red by a woman and stuff like that, man, like, just move on, because that person don't see the value in you and they don't want you. So don't try to keep this, oh man, she's leaving my red, okay, I'm gonna text her again. Leave my red, I'm gonna text her again. Like, it's like, why? Like, you see her come into her post, why? Like, stop it. Like, stop it all. Like, just leave it there. And then somebody did an experiment one time where he like text this girl every day, hey. He did an experiment, he texted her every day, hey, right? For like, it was like 30 days or something. Every day text, hey, and she left him all on red, right? And then the one day he didn't do it, she felt a way about it. She got mad about it. I was like, what type of mentality do women have sometimes? I don't get it. But I don't know. I think it's the chasing thing too. But for the men that are considered simps out here, man, don't feel bad for being a simp. Just wise up in your choices, because you may be wasting money and time with somebody that doesn't care about you, and that's the problem. And that's why they call you a simp. But if you do know somebody that's actually valuing your time and you spending money or whatever on them, that's your preference. That doesn't mean you're a simp. That just means that you're a responsible young man or older man, because you probably spent your money on people in the past that didn't care about you. But now you're changing it. So congratulations, you graduated from Simp Academy. The simp thing, I had to debunk that because I think this perspective based.
What are women as simps? Like, women or they still simps?
I don't think that. I really think the women simp, they call the woman that like pays everything and stuff. Like, they call them sugar mamas, of course, stuff like that.
Oh, I've been a sugar mama then. Okay, wait, no, because ain't nobody leave me on no red. They leave me on red, I'm finna come blow it. Anyway, so
she gonna come blow up your inbox. What you talking about?
No,
you better not.
I'm gonna blow up.
You better not do that. Nah, but
I did.
Yeah, but definitely, this is one of the things. So this is my last question for the day, because I know we were talking about relationships, singleness. This is my last one. Do you think? And this is. I know I'm in the room right now, but I'm just asking a question. Do you think a man that doesn't have kids can honestly date somebody with children? Do you believe in that, or do you think it needs to be a man that has a child already?
Why would you ask this question?
Because I'm asking it for me. I ain't gonna lie. I'm asking
okay,
for me.
Can a man with no kids date somebody who has kids? I would say yes, but everything always depends. And I'm only saying yes because it's just like I won't put my business out. Okay, there's this person I have interest in and don't have kids. I mean, but there have been people in the past who didn't have kids, and I have a son. So it works out, because I know people be like, oh, my kid come first and this and that. I already know my kid come first. Like, at the same time, I find balance. Like right now, my son is with his nanny. If you wasn't here doing this podcast and, I was free this weekend, he would be with his nanny. I get out and, make time with the person that I have interest in or whatever. Like, I just feel like people, everybody's mindset messed up, but overall, I would say yes, only because I would say it depends on the person. If their priorities line up, if they know what they need to do. For one thing, it always comes down to if they're a good lover, and not only that, a good mother or father, because I'm speaking on men and women. But I just think it becomes bad when, you know, there's like the drama with the previous parent.
Please elaborate on that.
I mean, I can't really elaborate on that too much.
Yeah, no.
I can't because I don't have drama. Like right now, if I was to let my son's dad know, like, hey, things are getting serious. For one thing, he don't even live here, but things are getting serious and everything. He wouldn't have a problem because at this point, if he wanted to still be with me, he would be with me. Other than that, you gotta let go. You gotta move on. I mean, if you want to start drama, he beefing with himself. But, we ain't getting into that. I would just say more. If there's drama, go ahead and cut it off because there have been in the past where I didn't have. I think I was like 22, 23, and this guy I was talking to, he had a kid and everything, and the baby mom was just too much. And I just told him, I was like, nothing's not going to work out if she continue, you know, throughout our dating and everything. Things are going to get worse until she mature and she has a different, you know, mindset about things. As of now, she's still wanting you. Mm-hmm. One thing, don't talk to nobody who got a kid that's young.
What is considered young?
People who be coming to me and they
anything under
got
9?
a newborn. No, that's not young. You should be over somebody by then.
I was about like 1. You're talking like 3.
Yeah, like 1 or 3. Like, well, I got a 4-year-old. So some people may still probably consider it young, but at the same time, I feel like I know me. Like, I'm over my past relationship. Now, when it was fresh, leave me alone. Because I mean, everybody still got to decide. But as of now, I don't know. I just feel like it just depends on that person because it can go either way. Mm-hmm. So everything will work out. And then too, I won't say I was against somebody who had kids, but now that I have a kid, I like to see what that person is like as a father.
Okay.
Again,
so like you were saying, you see how they are as a father. So like this good. I think my biggest thing that I have a hard time trying to understand because I feel like I'm a real transparent person. I just don't understand when you are dating the person that well, clearly in my situation I've been dating somebody that is a mother, right? So I don't understand like why sometimes the father of the children would make it hard for us to date if they not in a relationship. Like I don't know why.
It's really hard. Why you won't put your business in there? No, I guess I mean like what's like, making it hard?
Making it hard is like if I'm not, that is a big thing. I'm not saying this from my perspective. I'm just saying like in general, why like the men that I know that are dating women that have children, like why does it always be a constant thing? Like the baby father situation, like it can be even after the relationship is over, and like they'll just do little stuff. Like it'd be like, hey, I can't do this or on these dates and stuff like that, knowing that you know something important is happening for me and the person I'm dating, like stuff like that. And then it's like arguments of things like in general. Like I don't understand why the baby daddy do that. And I think I really think because the man don't respect them. He don't respect you off top. He don't.
You had a kid by it, which we, you know, everybody get on that type of choose wisely when you had a kid by. Yeah, choose. Mm-hmm. I chose wisely. I feel like I chose wisely, but at the same time, it's just some people don't. You know, when you be in love, you be blinded by a lot of stuff. And so now kids is in the mix, and it's just like what you was putting up with before the kid, you still gonna put up with now that you have the kids. So
exactly.
With that,
yeah, I think I don't understand it. And I think it's something that I would have to probably talk to somebody that's the actual father and went through this situation because I can't understand. I don't understand it, and I don't get it. And it's not more so me being like naive in the situation. I just even put myself in the shoes. I just wouldn't do that. Like if we're not together, we got a kid, we got a co-parent. Yeah, I got it. But I'm also talking from perspective that I'm a mature person. I'm not somebody that's petty and to do this stuff. But like I think sometimes in these situations, these people that get these women pregnant, they feel like they're entitled to anything they do because they got them pregnant. They're like, okay, well, especially don't let them be the one that forgot they had the first child or the second child, whatever. Like the fact that they had a child with them, they just feel like that takes precedence over anything else,
which is weird. Because there'll be a lot of men I have met and be like, oh, I'm gonna get you pregnant. For one thing, that's not a compliment. You gonna get me pregnant and then leave, like.
Yeah, that's the thing. So I don't understand. I don't know
why. Like you want to hold me, you want to still have me in your life. We're not together, but with a kid.
And like, the single parent culture, man, like there's not even. I mean, it's not cool. It's not what it's it. Like, I come from that. Like, this how I was raised in a single parent home, right? So, like, I know it's not the best situation, but I know that it's a situation that can still provide a good outcome. It just depends on the upbringing, but it's definitely harder because you don't have that male or you don't have that female, depending on which perspective it is. But it's definitely difficult to process through that as a child. It really is. But other than that, like, I just don't understand why the baby daddy be doing stuff like that. It just don't make sense. Baby daddies, man. Baby daddies out there, man. If y'all are single and y'all broke up with y'all baby mama, man, just take y'all time, dog. Just take y'all time. Like, I know y'all probably, these dudes that's dating y'all baby mama, I know y'all probably hate them just because they dating them. You know, just because they taking her outside, right?
First of all,
like,
she wouldn't be single if you would have kept her.
But well, it depends on if you left or the person left too. It depends on who left. So if you were a person that left, that's different. But a person that didn't leave, that got left, and you sad because she left you, it's A-B.
First of all, that's probably a blessing because I feel like anything leave out your life is clearing the way for better things.
It is 8 billion people in the world.
That too.
Y'all need to know that. All right. So, but then we coming down to the conclusion of this podcast, man. First and foremost, I want to thank you for giving the time to come out and be on the podcast and talk about these topics because I feel like it's important. When I started this, I always wanted to do purposeful talk, and I always wanted to be like, hey, yeah, let's talk about this. But like now, I understand today, like we just talked about some real topics, like stuff that's actually going on that people need to know about because we just keep seeing one perspective on this stuff. We don't be seeing both sides, but like hearing your side and my side, I think that'll help a lot of people that are dating right now, and that'll help them get through. But other than that, I want you to keep doing what you're doing. I'm proud of you. You are definitely doing what people were doing before it was even popular. So definitely.
I was the first one up. Soulja Boy keep playing in my head.
Drake. Shanice. Who? but like this definitely one of the most exciting ones. Like definitely the energy is there, man. I hope y'all get some from this, man, and I want y'all to definitely follow her. Let them know your tags.
Yeah, Instagram is Shanice Shantae. YouTube channel Shanice Shantae. You gonna put it on screen or something?
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
I'm gonna send it in everything. But,
all right, cool.
And then
click at the bottom of the bio. You click and follow. Definitely click and follow on all of her channels and everything. We definitely gonna put them in there for y'all. But as me, I know to follow me on Instagram, Coach Blanchard as well. And I hope y'all got something from this today. And this is the 3rd episode of Purposeful Talk Podcast. You see, Purposeful Talk Podcast. And we gonna learn something today. The purpose, you know. And she was doing Pootie Tang references too. That was funny.
Oh my God, that.
Sympathize. Right. But yeah, y'all. Hey, y'all. Good day, y'all. Peace out. What is that, man? Fire.